Obviously not happy about the result, but I am really happy with the group because I think when you play a team like the Warriors, we talked about it pregame, and a player like Curry and all the pieces around him, they force you to kind of do some different things. And so I think we took our defense to another level. We added some layers, we added some tools. The guys really competed within it, and I thought the togetherness of the group was like really good to try to cover for each other all night, to try to get the ball out of Curry's hands. Just a couple of those possessions, I feel like, can we finish a possession a little bit better with a rebound? Or defending without fouling, allowing Butler to get 12 free throws. So like those like kind of two areas, rebounding defensively, and then some of the fouls that we had in some moments were pretty pivotal. But I think offensively we did a great job of adjusting to all their different coverages too.
The Warriors start the third quarter on a 10-0 run. You call a timeout. You guys respond. You cut the lead to 5. The Warriors call a timeout, and then you guys take a 5-point lead. And then you always talk about kind of stacking possessions. And when you have the 5-point lead, you have the LaMelo turnover that leads to an Al Horford 3. And can you just talk about the game in that balance and how in the NBA it's really a possession-by-possession game?
Yeah, and, like most sports, game of runs. Like the other team's obviously eventually going to go on some type of run. And I thought that our group, they responded really well. They were able to kind of take some of those punches and rally. And I thought our pace was great. And to see we have 35 assists means the ball was moving. But then the other part of, like, the areas I think we can get better. And I mean, we only had 15 turnovers this game, which is for us not that bad, but they were in pivotal moments, and it kind of allowed them to kind of creep back into the game. So we got to continue to take care of the ball. I think in some of those pick and roll situations, especially you get to that third quarter, like you said, and you're building a lead, like we know that they're going to be in a blue or a blitz situation, and just having a little bit more poise and getting our guys to be rollers. But I know we also had Tijon out there playing the 5 sometimes, and he's used to popping at times. But we need him to play in the seam and have good ball movement and be strong with it within the blitz.
There's been a trend across the league with offensive reboundings increasing, helping the offense. You guys just completed the best 5-game offensive rebound stretch of the season. That coincides with your best 5-game offensive stretch of the season. Is that correlated with how many offensive rebounds you're getting?
I mean, for sure. It's part of our identity is to be relentless offensive rebounders. And I think we've also seen, Moose is one of the best in the league. And so he's played a lot more with some of our guys being injured too. So I always think that takes a bit of a uptick. But I'll give credit to our guards. It's one of the areas I think I've seen Brandon commit to a lot more, corner crashing. He's gotten his hands on a couple more. I've seeing Khan kind of get in the mix. Melo gets one tonight in a putback. So, as much as our bigs kind of, I think, started, all the other guys have really chipped in, and it's been really helpful for our offense.
And you mentioned with Moose, I mean, that has come with him averaging about 30 minutes a game. Do you see more playing time or more starts for him as the season goes on, even with a healthy Ryan Kalkbrenner?
I will always have an open mind, just like I ask our players to always have an open mind, and we got to do what's best for the team and what's going to put us in the best position, I think, to be successful on that game day. And so, yes, there could be some starts. There could be some 30 minutes for him. There could be anything. And he's got to be open-minded. And I know one thing about Musa, he's so much about the team and trying to find ways to win that he'll play his part in whatever aspect we need him to.
You said a minute ago that guarding Steph, a guy like Steph takes the entire team, but Sion was the primary defender on him for a large majority of the game. What did you like from Sion tonight in his attempt to slow down Steph?
Yeah, Sion was one of them, but, I got to collectively, I feel like, Collins started the game on him, and I thought brought a great physicality and face guarding him and trying to limit his touches and make some of the other guys make plays. I know Brandon was on him a little bit. Josh Green was on him. But to come back to Sion, who also was one of the primary defenders, I loved his physicality. I think he had a great knack for understanding how to navigate screens, even as they were trying to set off ball or they're trying to get him into a pick and roll. And his mindset just to refuse to be screened, refuse to kind of take his attention off of Curry is really important because I think we've all watched him over the years, that 1 second that you kind of turn your head, you relax, you breathe, that's when he's flying off of something. And I thought for the most part, Sion did a really good job, but I thought all of our guys collectively tried to really wear Curry down.